There are some tips on how to effectively write grappling scenes into action scenes, as it often involves close quarters combat and a display of a character's physical prowess. Here are some tips on how to effectively write grappling scenes into action scenes. In order to describe grappling techniques accurately, you need to be familiar with the basic grappling techniques such as holds, throws, and submissions. When you know how these moves work, you will be better able to describe them. There is a lot of physicality in grappling. It is important to describe the strain of muscles, the grip, and difficulties in breathing when one is locked in a hold. Using sensory details enhances the realism and vividness of the scene. In terms of grappling style, you need to reflect your character's personalities and backgrounds in the way they wrestle. A street fighter might use rough, unpolished techniques, whereas a trained martial artist may use more disciplined and precise moves. A very close-range grappling situation requires the characters to pay attention to the breathing, the movements, and even the thoughts of their opponents as they try to outmaneuver each other. The intimacy and intensity of this situation should be highlighted. In a grappling scene, the characters might use their environment to gain an advantage, for example, pushing an opponent against a wall or using objects around them as leverage to gain an advantage over their opponent. There is no doubt that grappling scenes can be fast and dynamic. As such, you should use short, clear sentences in order to convey quick movements and sudden shifts. However, remember to slow down occasionally in order to describe a crucial hold or a moment of struggle. As far as emotional and psychological elements are concerned, grappling is not just physical but also psychological. Characters may experience fear, frustration, anger, or even respect for their opponents, and you should incorporate these emotions into your scene. Stamina and injury. Realistically depict the physical toll of grappling by having characters get tired. Their movements will slow down, and injuries might have an impact on their performance. In the end, the outcome of the grappling scene should have a significant impact on the plot, as well as the characters. If the character learns a lesson, is injured, or gains more respect for their opponent, the outcome of this scene should have a notable impact on the plot. There is nothing wrong with knowing the techniques, but you should avoid overly technical language that might confuse readers that are not familiar with grappling. Make sure it is understandable and relatable to the reader. Using dynamic verbs and varying sentence lengths will keep the scene lively and engaging. Mix descriptive passages with action verbs to keep the scene lively and engaging. It's important to realize that the key to a successful grappling scene lies not just in the physical description, but in the way it serves the story and develops your characters. It should be more than just a physical struggle. It should also advance the plot or reveal key aspects of your characters.